Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and Afterthoughts with yours truly, as always, Queen Crazy K. Be sure to go ahead and follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff on my Instagram, on my YouTube, totally free and would support my channel, and I'll totally appreciate it. Those of you who already followed, thank you for that. Those of you who already subscribed, like, comments, tell your family, friends, whatever. I really appreciate and thank you for following and subscribing on my Instagram and YouTube and supporting my channel, showing your appreciation for my videos I make for you. I wanted to show you my appreciation for doing that for my videos I show you. And the rest of you guys, a lot of you guys lurk. Why don't you just follow, subscribe on that Instagram and that YouTube? Totally free and would support my channel, and I would really appreciate it as well on top of that. Okay? Okay, I think we see added from here. No, I just trying, but totally follow and subscribe on Instagram and YouTube. Be appreciated and, would support the channel because I really enjoy doing these videos for you and would really enjoy if, someone give that feedback that you're watching and observing it and, showing that little oomph back to me. So, last time I did an hour video because it was a double knockdown that I did, and I showed what happened within the last 2 weeks. That's why it was a double knockdown, and it went viral, it went awesome, everyone loved it. So this one is going to be half an hour to show you what happened within this last week and my opinions and thoughts on it, like we usually do in the regular podcasts that I do. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into Monday Night Raw. So last Monday Night Raw, it was almost a perfect show, but some little bumps and bruises happen, of course. Never, and no one's perfect. Nothing is perfect. So, of course, some bumps and some flaws and all that stuff had to happen and did happen. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw right now. And then I'll show you my top Raw videos. Now, they got bumped around a little bit. I had my top Raw videos already made and already set, but then more people was watching this video than that video, then a lot of people was watching this video over here, and it kind of got crammed and jammed up with people watching different videos more than the other one. And within this last week, with it being a full week now, with it being last Monday from this Monday, a lot has happened since then and been viewed and been watched and been differized from different people who likes this and that video. So I will show you the top Raw video and get that updated in just a moment. First, we're going to talk about last Monday Raw. We're going to talk about Seth Rollins, for example. Now, I think it's very amazing. 10 years ago, and 10 years today now, later, success in running all the brands with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, who's now, using his real name, John Moxley. I think that's amazing that 10 years ago, not only did they, NXT champion, NXT Tag Team Champion, dominated and debuted, dominated anybody and everybody, Hall of Famers and legends like Big Show, John Cena, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, said the most electric fireman in sports entertainment, and Mark Henry, the strongest man. Not only did they dominate Hall of Famers and legendaries like that, they dominated together as the Shield was already NXT champions and was already NXT Tag Team champions. Seth Rollins being the first ever NXT champion in WWE history. With that being said, they're running wrestling, pro wrestling, all the brands in general. They did it back then. Then they became Raw Tag Team champions. Roman Reigns is WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, United States champion, Royal Rumble back in 2015 winner, dominating 2.5 years undefeated Universal champion, undisputed WWE champion, defeating legends like The Undertaker that own the yard and call himself the big dog, running the bloodline on SmackDown like he said he was going to do Kevin Owens, John Cena, you name it, like he said he was going to do. Love it or hate him, you got to respect and acknowledge Roman Reigns as the undisputed Universal WWE Champion, running back then 10 years ago with the Shield, and now 10 years later as the Tribal Chief on SmackDown. You gotta respect it. I, for one, do. and acknowledge Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief Universal Champion. And now you got Seth freaking Rollins burning it down, baby. Every single time it's Monday Night Rollins, you gotta visionize, because he's the visionary, right? You gotta visionize WWE Champion, Raw Tag Team Champion, first ever NXT Champion, NXT Tag Team Champions, dominated what I think, in my opinion, dominated team in WWE history, once called The Shield. Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, current United States Champion, Royal Rumble winner, won the Money in the Bank, dominated Hall of Fame legendaries who runs wrestling right now, like Triple H himself, being John Cena, another Hall of Famer. He's done all the great things in the world as well. And now he's dominated as the United States Champion on Monday Night Rollins as the visionary. You gotta love it, as Booker T, Hall of Famer on NXT, would say. You gotta love it. That's what I love. And I, for one, am burning it down and visionizing Seth freaking Rollins, the United States Champion on Monday Night Rollins. I, for one, agree. And then that'll bring you to Dean Ambrose, who's now Jon Moxley. Raw Tag Team Champions, Intercontinental Champion, had his own Ambrose's Silence show on SmackDown at one time point. AEW was, not anymore, because they cheated him this past weekend with MGK and all that. And yeah, it just kind of got cramped up. Anyway, with that happening, he was dominating AEW as a champion. So I think that dominating together at one time point, the dominating team in WWE history is the Shield. And then years later, 10 years later, individual WWE superstars dominate all pro wrestling. That's amazing, and that's an A+. Whether you love it or hate it, you damn real gotta respect it, and I, for one, do. And I love it. It's awesome. It's amazing. I just want to put that out there because Seth Rollins is still United States Champion over Finn Balor. That's why I want to put that out there. In theory, understandably, came out there, he got screwed when he kind of cashed in the Money in the Bank for the United States Champion opportunity and showed Seth, hey, I'm still in the picture and I want my United States Championship belt. And there's only one way that I'm going to get it. Is nice guys finish last. And they do. He kind of reminds me of Randy Orton. Youngest WWE champion Randy Orton in history. Then Austin Theory, youngest United States champion in WWE history. Randy Orton tried to be a nice guy and says, you know what, nice guys finish last, and they do. Now he's 14-time World Heavyweight Champion, Hall of Fame legendary years later. Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, has done it all. One of the greatest in WWE. I think that could be Theory. Youngest Mr. Money in the Bank in history, WWE history. He got screwed of it and wants his United States Champion opportunity, and he damn well will get it. Seth Rollins remained United States Champion over Finn Balor, showing you may have been the first ever Universal Champion in WWE history with an injured shoulder, but I'm in this today, being the current United States Champion over you specifically on Monday Night Rollins, and that is exactly what he did. In theory, saying, hey, I'm still in the picture. I'm getting my United States Champion opportunity one way or another, even if I have to beat it out of you. That's what I'm going to do, and nobody and nothing is going to stop me, and I'm tired of waiting around, doing the right things and not getting anything to show for it. So I'm taking it, not asking for it. I love that attitude, and that's exactly what you got to do. You got to take it to get what you want. And then WWE. Otherwise, if you sit around and wait, it's not going to happen. Or you do the right thing, you're going to get screwed after screwed after screwed. That's what happened to Roman Reigns. He was a nice guy, and he kept getting screwed and screwed and screwed. Then he turned us to Tribal Chief, just taking what he wanted. 2.5 years dominant, undefeated, universal, undisputed WWE champion. What happened with, like I was saying with Randy Orton? Was trying to be a nice guy, and then they screwed him and screwed him. Cut that out, 14-time Hall of Famer, legendary, second generation World Heavyweight Champion. So, like I said, nice guys finish last. Those are just a couple examples. That Theory took what he wanted and said, hey, Seth Rollins, I'm coming after my United States Championship belt because it would be mine if I hadn't got screwed, and that's what I'm going to do. And then OC reminding the Judgment Day, you ain't getting involved as long as we're here. And me and him going after Rhea Ripley after she won her singles action, just as Dominic screwed over Benjamin, but didn't see the OC coming after Too Sweet the Judgment Day then. And that's another thing with AJ Styles. That's a funny story I wanted to tell you. World Heavyweight Champion, beat John Cena Money in the Bank, done all these great things. This is a funny story. I was just going in to pay my phone bill, and because it was one year when I couldn't afford WWE tickets, and I've been devastated, just teasing myself. So went in to pay my phone bill, saw this gushing line around the whole building, and found out AJ Styles is in there. Got to meet the phenomenal AJ Styles, and there's two guys that I met in line that I started talking to. They won this dance off, got us SmackDown tickets, and got pretty close to the action too. I wouldn't say first row, but it was pretty close. And at that time, Carmella was Miss Money in the Bank and became SmackDown Women's Champion. So I really loved getting to go and see her because she is mine, right? And I really liked that, and I enjoyed that. It was the best night of my life, one of the best nights of my life, and it was awesome. It was amazing, and it was a great thing to see. And I wanted to show you. Many of you have already seen it, but those of you who haven't seen it, I'm going to show you them. Make sure it's here on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, KreamKZK, you would see this awesome picture. And it was a funny video. It was a funny story, not a video, but a funny story that followed up in the picture that I posted about it. Got his autograph up there, and an extra one for my aunt that he heard me say, hey, can I get one for them? And got me it. So there it is right there. That was when I was 16. I believe I was 16. Yeah. I was a teenager. So that was a funny story to watch and see and observe that. Anyways. And then, Too Sweet, OC, Raw Tag Team Champions, World Tag Team Champions, just dominate. I see them dominate in the TNA when AJ Styles was in there with Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and all them. Sting was in there on Impact Wrestling and then came over to Raw since then and kind of spread out, and been on SmackDown and all that other stuff. So, like Kurt Angle running Monday Night Raw, Sting's on A&W, AJ Styles on Raw now, and since then, just been dominating. And Samoa Joe is on A&W now. So yeah, it was just kind of a fun story that I wanted to connect that with as far as AJ Styles goes, and they'll see on Monday Night Raw, this past Monday Night Raw, my opinions and thoughts on that. I just wanted to get that out there because I thought that was an awesome story to tell. And also with the rest of it, Matt Riddle got revenge for Elias on Otis for what he did, but Chad was the current man and beat him in the singles action. Odds against evens stacked. That's all I got to say about that. Odds against evens stacked, you're gonna get crushed. No going in and out of that. So that's all I got to say about that situation. Just kind of the same old, same old. If odds over evens, what do you think's gonna happen? Mathematics, anybody? Anybody? Mathematics, it's gonna be the odds over the evens advantage. So, anyways, as far as that, I don't have nothing to say about that. Dexter surprising The Miz, letting him know. The Otis tricking him up, being a cameraman, dressed up. How many camera surprises have we had? Becky Lynch surprising when she was a fan in the crowd. Randy Orton for the WWE Championship on Hell in a Cell. She McIntyre surprising him as one of the cameraman, and now Dexter as the cameraman surprising The Miz that, hey, I'm right here. What you got to say? Because I'm versing you to get my WWE contract officially. If it's the last thing that I do, winning a singles action against you and Johnny Good Girl, only the Johnny way is gonna make sure it happens. And then the rest of my Raw, I mean, those are the big things. Bobby Lashley dominated Ali to face Seth Rollins for the United States Championship belt at Survivor Series because he didn't lose his opportunity either. He was screwed out of it and then he got injured. So he was screwed out of his opportunity too. So he wants his United States Championship belt, and Ali or anybody's heart, guts, or strength isn't going to stop the almighty Bobby Lashley from smashing, crushing, and destruction his way through to get his opportunity that he never lost either. And coming in like a lightning. And I think that's pretty much all mine I've Raw. I mean, as far as those situations go, I'm gonna show you my top Raw videos. It, like I said, it keeps kind of going all over the place. I had it stand up and everything and stuff like that, but it's kind of swirl a little bit. So let me pull that up. I'm trying to think. I don't think anything besides those things and those topics is what needed to be talked about right now. Those are my opinions and thoughts on this past Monday Night Raw that happened. And with those results of Monday Night Raw, I'm going to show you my top Raw results video. Academy with Chad Gaverson winning over Matt Riddle. Dexter surprising The Miz. And Bobby Lashley just dominating his way for the United States Championship belt that he never lost. So based off the Raw results, those are my top Raw videos that you guys watched and chose to be my top Raw videos off of this past Raw results. Now that would make my tonight's Raw prediction. Seth Rollins getting his revenge to remain United States Champion over Theory for what he pulled last week. Fingers crossed. I hope it's her. I'm going to be devastated if it's not her. Fingers crossed. I've been begging for it all week, longer than that, since before even we knew Mia was going to be on her team. I've been begging. Hopefully it's big time Bex the Fire and Ash Lash Kicker, whatever you want to call her. She is the man. She is the Lash Kicker. She is the Irish and Lash can dominate and remove her Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, Survivor Series, main event, WrestleMania, winning it all, dominating, Becky 2 belts, last in NXT, Horsewoman, and part of the PCB, the Women's Revolution. She is the one and only Becky Lynch. She's over there on my cup. I don't know if you can see her up there. I don't think you can. She's right there on that cup right there. On my shirt over there. I know you can see the shirt. She's on my shirt over here. I'm going to show it too. Get a picture of that. Anyways, Becky Lynch, I hope, so bad, I'm praying on it. I hope, and I'm tensing, because I really want this to happen. I really think it would be good for the team, and it'll be a nice little, it'll be a surprise, but I kind of already feel it's not a surprise if I'm telling you. I'm just saying I hope this is what's happening. So I don't really know, obviously. I'm just hoping this is what's happening. If it's not, I'm going to be devastated, and it's, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy. I don't think one person around this world is going to be happy if it doesn't happen. So I hope Becky Lynch, the man, fire and redhead, Irish Lash Kicker, coming back to big time Bex on her show Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch returns. And also it'd be good to see not only her return from, she's got business with Damage Control, who assaulted her when they started, attacking people, but also it'd be good to see her not only Seth Rollins, United States champion. And then Becky Lynch, big time Bex on Monday Night Raw too. Then you have her joining, not only going not against Bianca, but this time kind of seeing what she got teaming up with Bianca Belair since she started to switch terms after SummerSlam. And she's got unfinished business with Damage Control. And everybody, I know everybody is thinking what I'm thinking, feeling what I'm feeling, and want that to happen. So hopefully these big time Bex joining Bianca Belair. See, not only Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, me, not only getting revenge on Damage Control, Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley for what they pulled a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, but also that is the team I choose not only to dominate Damage Control with the return of Becky Lynch tonight on Monday Night Raw, but also that's the team I'm choosing for my prediction at Survivor Series War Games as well. And I think that, like I said, Seth Rollins getting his revenge on Theory for the United States Championship tonight on Monday Night Raw, so he can get his hands on Bobby Lashley, which I'm going for Seth Rollins, but I wouldn't be mad if Lashley won it either at Survivor Series as well. So those are my predictions for tonight's Raw and my prediction for Survivor Series. And then the rest of Raw, Johnny making sure Dexter beats The Miz once and for all to get his WWE contract signing officially contract signed. And then tonight on Raw. And then maybe Johnny versus The Miz at War Games. And then the Musical Bros. I call them the Musical Bros. I think I'm the only one that call them the Musical Bros. Matt Riddle and Elias teaming up against the Academy in a tag team match once and for all tonight on Monday Night Raw. And then maybe one of them, no, they won't be versing the news just because they got the blood, but it won't be the first time we've been seeing competitors compete in a two match at especially either on the same night or at a pay-per-view or something. I was gonna say maybe they get an opportunity for the Raw Tag Team titles, but maybe save that for later. And then that would bring me to, OC and Judgment Day has been going back and forth, and now you got Rhea Ripley. I'm busy in the Survivor Series team. That would bring OC officially to win their six-man tag team match at Survivor Series and mark their territory tonight. So that is my Raw predictions tonight, and that is my prediction for Monday Night Raw at Survivor Series and my top Raw videos based off the Raw results. And if you didn't catch the bump, or you would have saw former Raw, he's a World Heavyweight Champion, he's a Hall of Famer, he's a legendary part of the podcast, you would have saw JBL on there. I think JBL's best rival was him and John Cena, because it was funny seeing that younger John Cena because he's younger than JBL. It was fun seeing him kind of toy with him and show him I may be younger than you. I may be, a young punk as you see me as a young punk, but I'm gonna show you what I can do, what I can bring out, show you I can humiliate you and beat you at the same time. And all the years that I've heard JBL do commentary, not wrestling, but commentary, he has nothing but respect for John Cena in the long run. So I think that's the best rival because it was funny, and in the long run, he has a lot of respect for him. And it has to be like, you know what? I maybe not liked it back then, but I gotta respect it now. As a wrestler, as a superstar, as an individual. And I think with Baron Corbin, Mr. Money in the Bank, Andre the Giant winner, boxing, all these great things. I think his best rival was with Roman Reigns because it was funny on SmackDown, and I think they have respect for each other in the long run. I wouldn't always quote me on that, but I think they do, as far as that goes. And then you would have seen that Raquel shows how she gets them back muscles while she's a former NXT Women's Champion, with Sheamus doing a little bit of a Celtic workout. Oh man, Celtic workout. To get babies like these. To get babies like those. or back muscles. You can't maybe see it through my shirt. Maybe you can. I saw a little bit. They get babies like those, baby. The NXT Tag Team Champions too, on top of the cherry. Just a little flavored whipped cream on it. And then also I wanted to show him. And then Top Dollar. I think that's a great hit row team. You know, the rappers, DJs, dominant on NXT, and other wrestlers. They're rapping wrestlers on SmackDown. That's something that I do. I like to rap on YouTube, do my podcast on YouTube, and also wrestle. I want to be in that ring wrestling as well, working my way to go to school, train, and get there. So I think I see that as me, one of them. And I think that Hero still earns an opportunity to face the Viking Raiders in a 3-3 6-man tag team match this coming SmackDown. I'm going for Roman Reigns' team, the Bloodline, dominating at Survivor Series War Games as well as they will on SmackDown. They already brawled and did all that, so I don't really know what else left to say there. Liv Morgan defeated Sonya Deville like she's been doing since she's gone to the dark side. I think eventually she's going to join the feed / Bray Wyatt to the dark side officially on SmackDown as far as that goes. And Seth Rollins did beat Ali, who's been wanting an opportunity, Theory, who attacked him, and Matt Riddle, who's just in it for the Fatal 4 for the United States Championship. But I think they'll have him versus Theory tonight, just what happened last week on Monday Night Raw. For to be a current United States champion and get his hands on Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship belt at Survivor Series. And then versus Ali after that's all over. And then Liv Morgan beat Sonya Deville, like I said, gone to that dark place. The feed and Liv Morgan kind of matches like how him and Alexa Bliss did on SmackDown. Matt Casmas and Emma mixed tag team match for Karen Cross and Scarlett. I see that happening this coming SmackDown after what happened last week and that match. And World Cup, I do like Ricochet, Ninja Warrior, the dominant Monster Man Strowman. You can't go by size because the biggest little man Hall of Famer legendary who won the Royal Rumble entering at number 2, Rey Mysterio, World Heavyweight Champion to follow it up, Rey Mysterio, who's done it all. So you can't go by sizes. I'll be happy if the Ninja Warrior Ricochet won it just to show you that size doesn't matter. But if the Strowman wins the Monster Raw Man, you kind of seen that coming. And also, I wouldn't be mad either way for the World Cup. Speaking of World Cup, I'm going for Mexico to win the World Cup soccer team. They're the most and best great team that I think. I played soccer too when I was in school, and that's who I would watch. So that's who I'm going off of. I really like the enthusiasm of the superstars putting their love out there, but I'm going to agree with Rey Mysterio and Raquel and go with Mexico. And then, speaking of great things happening on the weekend, I'm glad that my Chiefs won over the Chargers as well this past weekend. Barely, doesn't matter. My Chiefs still won over the Chargers this past weekend, and I'm excited. That is my favorite team, Kansas City Chiefs, all day. Kansas City Chiefs, #1 team. My favorite player is Patrick Mahomes, favorite quarterback, and my favorite player, Travis Kelce. So I think that's exciting news to hear as I'm talking about this past Raw and Survivor Series and World Cup coming up. So World Cup as far as my predictions go too. And for SmackDown. Now my top, like I said, has been going back and forth. I had them already viewed here. And then Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, I think they're going to get beat by Shanti and Raquel in the tag team match for them kind of going on the heel turn, which I like that. Former UFC boxers and kind of dominated when they was in the UFC that they would go to that heel and dark side now really doesn't surprise me. It's kind of cool, but I want to see Raquel and Shanti beat them in a tag team match just to show them that good or bad, it's all about the dominance when you're in that ring. Doesn't matter how your attitude is, doesn't matter how your strength and your ability is when you're in that ring. So let's see. So, end up being Monster of All Man Braun Strowman for the World Cup. being my top SmackDown video. And then LA Knight just being haunted by the feed Bray Wyatt, which I think Liv Morgan is going to join him. Kind of like how Dexter is doing to The Miz on Raw. And then that would bring Shanti in a tag team match with her and Raquel against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. As far as that goes, which landed in my top 3 of SmackDown. So those are my Raw results, Raw top videos, Raw predictions, Survivor Series, SmackDown top videos, SmackDown results, and SmackDown this coming prediction videos, and a little bit of the bump. My personal, make sure I didn't miss anything. Say that's BLOC bringing the beer. That's why I wanted to talk about AJ Styles. Like they said, dominated Too Sweet on Judgment Day, who got involved, like they said they was going to do this past Saturday wrestling, like I was talking about. Alexa Bliss and Damage Control lost by the EST in a 6-man tag match for what they pulled a couple weeks ago, as well as Karen Cross lost against Drew McIntyre for what he pulled at Extreme Rules, but kind of already got got by Crown Jewel, was telling him it's over. It's over between us. You're not winning this one. And like I said, Theory already being beaten by Seth Rollins for what he pulled. Ali for wanting the opportunity, and just the cherry on top in the fatal 4 remaining nights, just champion Seth Rollins over Matt Riddle. Liv Morgan, like I said, the Bloodline and Strowman, they won over the New Day just as well as the New Day beat them in a tag team match to be the greatest, longest Raw and SmackDown tag team champions, who they've been dominating over years with, the Usos versus the New Day. This is what I wanted to show this last video. I was to show and talk about my top Raw videos and SmackDown, all that. That's what I was talking about. And then, just J. Cole's on the Pratt McAfee show. My best moment with J. Cole, which was funny, is when he got barbecue sauce dumped all over him and stripped down his underwear by John Cena. So, that is all we got today. Thank you guys for watching, for listening. Be sure to like, share, comment on Instagram and YouTube. Show your support. I would really appreciate and thank you for it. Queen Krazy K is out. Till next time. Peace.